We've all heard the phrase, monkey see, monkey do. And when I have watched the monkeys in the Durban area, that's exactly what they do. They watch each other and they follow suit. And I was busy watching a social science experiment around our behaviors, and they set a stage it was a doctor's room, and everyone that was already in the doctor's room was told that every time you hear the bell go, you need to stand up. And so they've all got the instruction, know exactly what to do. And there was this one lady that came in who didn't know, who wasn't informed about the experiment. And so she gets to the reception area, gives her name, and sits down. And then the buzzer went, and everyone stood up. And this lady looks, what's going on here? In any case, everyone sits down, and then a few seconds later, the buzzer goes again, and everyone stood up. And she kept on watching this, sure, am I supposed to also be standing? I don't know, and then on the third round, she eventually stands up slightly. And then eventually, as time went on, she kept on standing up every time the buzzer went. Then everyone eventually went into the doctor's room one by one and then exited the room. Now it was only her, and a new person came in, and they sat down and started watching her. And again, the bell would go and she would stand up, and they would watch, and it didn't take too much time before they started doing exactly what she was doing. It was only one guy who came into the doctor's room and leaned forward and said, "Sorry, why do you stand every time the bell goes?" And she said, "I don't know, everyone else was doing it, so I just did it too." And the experiment was showing how as humans, we have also got this herd mentality, that what we observe and see going on, we often tend to follow suit as well. But it really gets us to think. In the workplace, we can so often see things happening and we don't question the behavior. Instead of being curious to find out, why do we behave a certain way, or why are we still applying certain systems that aren't working? And sometimes it's just because everyone always did it that way, so this is why we do it, without being curious to find out, is it effective? Why are we still doing it? And so that's something for us to keep in mind, is our behaviors and being curious to find out, is it helpful or not helpful?